My name is Jillian Parekh, but my friends call me Jill. I'm a lover of all things orange chocolate. Think One Tree Hill is way better than the OC. And as a person who stutters, I strive to empower women with invisible disabilities to go after their dreams, just like I did. I'm a mindset coach specializing in imposter syndrome, helping women overcome their inner imposter with my master's in psychology and my certification in neurolinguistic programming, hypnosis, EFT tapping, and time techniques. And this is the From Imposter to Empowered podcast. This podcast is for you if you're an entrepreneurial woman trying to navigate the online space with a lot of passion and a lot of uncertainty. If you feel like your ideas are unoriginal, that your message isn't necessary or important, or like you're a complete and total fraud, then you've come to the right place. This podcast will take you from imposter to empowered with ninja-like brain hacks, easy to implement strategies, and uplifting real talk to make you feel like everything you want is in reach. Find me on Instagram at YourCoachJill to let me know how much you loved this episode once you're done listening. Time to kick that inner imposter to the curb. Let's get started. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the From Imposter to Empowered podcast. If you hear a little bit of shuffling over here, it's because Chester has decided that he's going to take over the podcast today, aren't ya? We were with my parents and my sister and her partner all day because it's Thanksgiving weekend as I'm recording this. When you're listening to this, it is the last week of November, which means that it's Black Friday, which means that the From Imposter to Empowered course is $100 off and you can get it for only $97. So if you go to the link in my show notes, you can grab that for only $97, but just this week. But if you are listening to this after the Black Friday week/weekend, possibly even Cyber Monday, you may have missed out on the sale, but still you can go to the link in my show notes and see if it's still up for $97. And if not, if it's back at the price of $197, you can actually get 15% off using the coupon code FITE podcast. And if you're new here, the From Imposter to Empowered course it's my signature online course that takes you through my signature methodology that I use with my one-on-one clients to help you overcome your inner imposter. And what's really exciting is I'm actually starting the From Imposter to Empowered program, not next week, but the week after. It's a group program derived from the From Imposter to Empowered course. I'm so excited to start that. So if you want to grab the course and see what the hype is all about, I have about 40 people in the course right now, and they all love it and have gotten so much out of it. So again, you can go to the link in my show notes, and if it is still on for $97 for the Black Friday sale, it'll only be $97, $100 off. Or if the Black Friday sale is over and you're listening to this after the Black Friday week, then you can still get 15% off using the coupon code FITE podcast. Okay, so today's episode, I really just wanted to speak from the heart with regards to an Instagram post that I posted now, which is the week before Thanksgiving, Canadian Thanksgiving. And when you're listening to this, it's about a month ago since I put up this post, but it was all about how you can have all the certifications in the world, but if you truly don't believe in yourself, if you truly feel like you still can't make the money that you want or really be the coach or the service-based entrepreneur that you want to be or run the business that you want, that is not a certification issue. That is not an accolade issue or an experience issue. That is a you issue. That is a worthiness issue. I came across somebody who actually commented on that post, and she was saying how certifications do matter and blah, blah, blah. And she just went on this rant about how certifications do matter. And I said, of course they do. Nowhere in my message was I talking about the fact that certifications don't matter. They are necessary. And depending on your niche, depending on what you help people with, it's ethical and legitimate for you to have a certification of some sort, to have a process to help your clients with, especially if you're in the mental health field or the health and fitness field. It's really important to be ethical within your business, because even though the coaching industry is unregulated, even though a lot of our online services may not be regulated, you're still dealing with people and you need to take extreme caution and do things ethically. So I am somebody who is fully certified. I have NLP certification. I have a master's degree. I have a psychology degree. I am as educated as they come and as certified as they come. I got certified in Reiki and in breath work. Like, these are all things that I have been certified in. So I 100% see the value in that. But the thing is, even after I got certified in NLP, I still didn't feel good enough to be charging what I'm charging now. I didn't think that I was good enough until I threw myself into the fire, until I just started doing sessions. And I actually did about 5 sessions for free in exchange for testimonials. I was really able to build my skills and work on what I was doing, and I started charging a certain amount. So I think I started off with like maybe $275, and I've increased it to, at this point, the single sessions are $597. But I increased that over time. And the same thing goes for my one-to-one coaching, is I didn't start off with charging $2,000 a month. I definitely did not start off with charging that much. I started off in a gradual manner. I did it by way of how I was feeling about my own services and my own capabilities. I had to work my way up to charging that price. Because even though I had the experience and the education when I entered this space, I still didn't feel qualified, and I still felt like I needed a specific methodology. I still felt like I needed more tangible skills to help my clients. And that's why I got certified in NLP and hypnosis and time techniques and all that beautiful stuff. This person was commenting because I think she's seen a lot of messaging where people are saying, it doesn't matter if you're certified, like your experience counts. And it's like, I understand what she was trying to get across, but the thing is, I'm an imposter syndrome coach. I am somebody who talks about when you are capable and are qualified and are certified and you still don't feel good enough. That is a heart issue. That is a worthiness issue. That is an imposter syndrome issue. Imposter syndrome is not a syndrome or an experience that somebody has when they are fully qualified and certified. The whole point of imposter syndrome is that you feel like a fraud even though you're not. But if you feel like a fraud and you don't have any certifications and you don't have anything to back your shit up, well, no wonder you feel like a fraud, because you're trying to get somebody to pay you when you haven't done any type of work yourself, when you haven't invested or done something to be able to further your education or your skills. And when I say investments, I don't mean in a coach, like education, certifications, whatever it is. There needs to be a level of responsibility when it comes to working with people, especially if you're like a health and wellness coach or a mindset coach or like an anxiety coach. There are stipulations that you have to follow. I think that we get really caught up in thinking that there's obviously stipulations that you have to follow, and you absolutely should. Like I said, I'm fully certified, but even when I was fully certified at the beginning of 2020, like in the very beginning, I still didn't feel capable or confident enough. I still did not feel good enough, and that was reflected in my income. I know that if you've been listening to me for a while, you know that in like January, I made maybe $5,000 off of one client. In January, I maybe made about $5,000 off of one client, and she kind of came out of nowhere. And then in February, I made like $1,000. In March, I made like $2,000. And then in April and May and June, July, my income drastically increased. And it was because I was doing the inner work. I was just throwing myself into the fire, honestly. I took NLP sessions. I worked with people. Even though I was tired and exhausted from my 9 to 5, I took on one-to-one clients when they became available to me. And amazing things have happened within the last 10 months. I think that where I was coming from with that Instagram post was not to negate the fact that certifications don't matter, because they do, but the whole point about feeling like an imposter is that you have all of those things and you still don't feel good enough. And what happens is sometimes people hoard certifications, or they'll be like, I need to go back to school, or they'll find all of these reasons as to why they need to do more and know more. But it's never about actually knowing and doing more. It's about feeling confident and competent and feeling better. We only do things to make ourselves feel better. Like, we want money to solve problems in our lives so we can feel better, which I know that that's a very controversial topic, because some people will be like, well, yeah, I need it to survive so I can feel good about it and feel better. But the thing is that we forget that there are certain things in our lives where we can choose to feel better. It's not contingent on an external source. And I think the same thing goes for being certified and being educated and having the skills and the competencies is if you are constantly hoarding pieces of paper, if you're hoarding things and you're not actually putting them into practice, if you keep using them as an excuse as to why you can't take action, that's where the problem is. That is where the problem is. It is the fact that you are using this further education as an excuse as to why you can't take action. This can actually subconsciously sabotage you. So, for example, in about June 2019, I signed up for Yes Supply, the certification company that I got certified in NLP from. So Reese from Yes Supply is actually my coach right now. I am in her mastermind. I signed up for the NLP certification back in June of 2019. And I didn't actually go and finish the certification until January of 2020. So in January of this year, I went to Toronto to complete the certification. And that was actually the last class that they had in person because all the stuff then happened with COVID. So I got the certification, but I was doing all the pre-work between June 2019 and January 2020. And in about November 2019, I had somebody reach out to me and be like, I'm really struggling with imposter syndrome. Can I set up a single session with you? I made up a price. I was like, yep, okay, so it's going to be this much and we're going to be on the phone for an hour and we're going to kick that imposter syndrome. But I was fucking shaking in my boots because I had no idea how I was going to help this person. I had no idea. I didn't actually have any of the tangible skills that Yes Supply gave me. I was just well versed in talking people through things, but only for an hour. I was like so scared because I was like, how am I going to do this? I really didn't believe in my ability to facilitate a single session. Subconsciously, I sabotaged that experience. I was constantly telling myself, you can't do this. This isn't going to work out. So I actually referred her to somebody else. Even though it was for my highest good, obviously, because I believe that everything that happens when it comes to your business is for your highest good. I knew it was for my highest good because I would have just flopped and floundered during that session. And then I got certified and I was like, oh, now I have these skills. But I was still nervous. I was still scared. Like each time I got on the phone for an NLP session, I was terrified. And I am not going to lie to you guys, like that probably continued up until June. June, I had my highest sales month ever. And I just like something clicked. Like I was like, you know what? These are going amazing. I'm really confident in these sessions and it was really good. But for the longest time, I felt really nervous and scared to get on the phone because I was like, what if they don't get a result? What if this? What if that? And I share this with you to be really true and authentic in terms of being like, I suffer with that imposter syndrome as well, even being fully certified, even knowing what I'm doing now. Like I am really confident and competent in myself. Like I know that I have the skills and the tools and the education and the expertise and the personality and all the things that I need to be successful in this business. But I also know firsthand that it doesn't matter how educated you are or how certified you are. It's not going to solve your problem of feeling like a fraud. It's not going to solve your problem of feeling like you're confident and competent. And if you're chasing a certification simply to feel better, that's not where the work is. Of course, it's always cool to learn something new. Of course, it's always cool to add more skills onto your tool belt. Like I got certified in breathwork and Reiki and I thought I was done for the year. And now I'm going to do the master's level of NLP with Yes Supply. And I just know at this point, I'm not doing it because I don't feel good enough. I'm doing it because I want to further my skills. So if you are chasing certifications and chasing education because you want to feel good enough, I want you to just stop. Take a big deep breath. And just really ask yourself, am I doing this for the right reasons? Am I looking to feel good enough? Is that the biggest reason as to why I'm doing this? Because let me just tell you, first of all, if you've not gotten certified at all and you haven't done anything, I recommend being certified. I recommend doing something to help further your skills. But if you are just adding on to your list, if you're just adding on several different things because you still don't feel good enough, but yet you haven't taken the action and actually started doing the thing in order for you to get the experience and do the damn thing, and maybe you're playing the victim card, maybe you're telling yourself, well, I haven't made enough money to actually throw myself into the fire, nobody wants to work with me, blah, blah, blah. That is a worthiness worthiness issue. That is an issue that you need to work on with regards to how you feel about yourself and your services and your capabilities and your ideas of how successful you can be, because I'm sure there are stories upon stories there that you're not actually facing head on. And it's very necessary to do that because, again, you can be fully certified, you can be adding stuff onto your tool belt, and you can still feel like you're not good enough. And the work is in the worthiness. The work is in doing what you need to do to feel like I've got this. Again, let me be very clear. Certifications are the bomb. Should absolutely be certified. You should absolutely take that legitimate step in your business. Again, the coaching industry is unregulated. And if you're a coach, I highly recommend becoming certified in some capacity with actual certifiable board, because eventually the industry will be regulated. And I think it's necessary for you to be able to prove and show that you have done the work and you have done the investments and you have taken the time to really build your skills so you can help other people. We always want to be ethical and legitimate and know that we are facilitating a real transformation and result for people. But if you are hoarding certifications, if you are adding stuff onto your list simply because you're hoping to feel better or feel qualified or feel competent once you complete it and once you get that piece of paper, that is not it. That is not going to help you feel better. You are your ticket to feeling better. You are your ticket to feeling competent and confident. And you have to really do the damn thing, and you have to build on your worthiness. So I hope this was a cute little pep talk for you. Again, if you are listening to this episode in real time, it is Black Friday week, so you can get the From Imposter to Empowered course for only $97. That's $100 off. If you're not listening to this on the week of Black Friday 2020, you can still get the course for 15% off using the coupon code FITE podcast. Again, FITE podcast at the link in my show notes. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Thanks so much for listening to the From Imposter to Empowered podcast. Leave a review so I can continue to make amazing free content for you guys. And speaking of free content, you can go to the link in my show notes and download my free 30-day journaling prompt workbook to help you overcome your inner imposter and attract the abundance you deserve. And finally, screenshot this episode and share it to your Instagram story, tagging me at YourCoachJill so I can share it on my page. See you next time.